Hello and a very warm welcome to the programme. I'm Sally Bundock. The White House National Security Advisor is expected in Israel this morning amid mounting international criticism of its offensive in Gaza. US officials say Jake Sullivan will call for greater precision in strikes against Hamas following the vote in the UN General Assembly for a ceasefire. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said he'll continue regardless of the mounting international pressure, but there's disquiet in the Biden administration as the number of Palestinian casualties continues to mount. Well, I'm joined once again in the studio by BBC Arabic's Saeed Shehata. Saeed, if we start with the arrival of Jake Sullivan in Israel today, what can we expect? What does the region want from this visit?
I think it wants us to see another truce at least, because a ceasefire is out of the agenda for the Israeli, and the American also doesn't support that. So what we and the Qatari trying the Egyptian at least to reach a truce, because seems there is a rift now between Biden and Netanyahu, because Mr. Biden saying, is Israel losing support for the indiscriminate bombing of Gaza, because there is more than 18,000 people died so far killed because of the bombardment. So Jake Sullivan trying to put the two sides together, especially after Mr. Biden met the families of hostages, American hostages detained in Hamas in Gaza. So there is pressure on Israel to stop like this indiscriminate bombardment for Gaza in order to open the way for kind of negotiation for a lasting peace or ceasefire, because the truth is now, I think, is a more practical, visible thing.
So similar to what we had before, a pause in hostilities to enable movement to happen, i.e. hostages release, that kind of thing. So that to happen again is what is hoped for in the region.
Yeah, the region won't stop the fighting, and it needs a ceasefire, and it needs a two-state solution, as Mr. Biden said before, but Mr. Netanyahu is not happy to do that. And Mr. Biden said before, the most conservative government in the Israeli history. So there is pressure now on Israel in order to reach kind of a truce, in order to open the way for more negotiation about two-state solution.
Just to say that the White House has just released a statement to say that Jake Sullivan has been in Riyadh already, where he's been meeting with the Prime Minister and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. So clearly he is busy in the region ahead of getting to Israel, which is interesting. Just give us the latest on what's been happening in Gaza overnight.
What happened in Gaza, there is still more strikes in Rafah, which the place where the Israel trying to push Palestinians to go there from Gaza in order to clear the way to southern Gaza, especially Khan Yunis, because they suspect Hamas fighter there, and they try to eradicate Hamas, as Israel saying, this their main goal. So there is strike in Jabalia, there is strike in Rafah and other places. So it seems still the Gazan people facing more troubles, and the hope from the region, from Jake Sullivan, and the pressure from America now, in order to make Israel, go to negotiation, go to at least to a truce, in order to alleviate the situation, because hospital, according to WHO, there is only third of the hospital working now. So there is more pressure on Israel to do something. So hopefully, and all the expectation from the region within the next few days, to reach another type of truce, to release some hostages, and to let some aid and make less bombardment for Gaza and destruction and killing of people.
OK, Saeed, thank you very much indeed.